Okay, so we're going to do a tutorial on how to restore an image. First step, here I'm go back a step. First step is to make a copy of your layer, just so you could do all of your edits on it, so you can, if you need to go back, you can always go back to the original image. So here's my image. And we're going to look kind of closely at some of these details in here, how the shirt doesn't line up here and different things. So I'm going to first and foremost select out this white area around here and go up here to select similar and see if I can get, it didn't go all the way through. Get all of that and take it out, so I deleted it. I'll turn on my keyboard here for you. Keyboard. Okay. Okay, so here's our image. I'm going to, since mine is split in half, I need to line up the two pieces first. So that would be doing this and selecting one side. Selecting. Pretty close to getting it separated out. And yeah. Okay, so we have this section selected. Now I'm going to come in here again and look a little closer at what we have. So his shirt isn't lining up. Her stripes aren't lining up. So we need the left side of the image to come up a little bit. So I'm going to use this tool here, the move tool if you will, and just kind of shift it up with my arrow keys. And then I'm going to bring it over closer. Because, well, look at these fingers. They're too far apart. Since I'm overlapping, I'm actually going to just delete out this side right now and create a new layer. This is just in my way. I guess I'll put it up there. And I'm going to actually come up here to edit, paste special, paste in place, and it'll paste what I just cut right back where it was. So I can bring it over further. This photo is really torn up. Okay, so we have the lines here lining up a little better. If this weren't overlapping, the shirt would be lining up a little better up here. And I don't know about her sock yet. We might have to come back to this because it's completely missing part of her shoe. Wow. This is really messed up. Okay. So let's look at, wow, okay. Let's now come in and edit some of this away. We're going to select this side over here, and I'm going to use my Refine Edge tool to try and select this part. Oh, nope. This may be too long of a demo. This picture is really difficult for a demo. I might actually do a longer demo of this later and just go ahead and show y'all how to do minor adjustments. So I guess that shows you how to line up the photo, but to erase this line would take too long for a demo right now. So I'm going to come in here and actually work on some of this. Maybe we can work on the dog and the hands a little bit. And so let me use my spot healing brush and my healing brush tools to start getting some information from here and painting it in. A lot of this is critical thinking and coming up with what the information is that's been lost. So you can look at the proportions of the face and be like, oh, well, this doesn't look right here. She's missing this part of her cheek here, but it only comes down to this part, different things like that, to make sure you're getting the right information. And so I'm just going and selecting areas within her sleeve, like this area here, to bring it then over here and line up that shadow and add it in, and it'll blend for me. And so I can kind of do the same here. I need to get this and put it here where this line is breaking through. This is just the healing brush. Spot healing, it fills it automatically, but the healing brush is allowing me to come in and select what tone I'm looking for. So see how that looks better. And so it's just a lot of blending and matching of lines. So I take this line from up here, and now I'm going to drop down to here where I need to place it, and I'll put it. And so same here, I can take that, bring it down. Kind of just even do that if I wanted, and it'll blend it for me. But you need to make sure your lines match up when you do that. See how that did.
So we're looking for the crevices on the picture.
Yes. You're looking for all of the creases, crevices, tears. You want to restore it back to how it looked, you know, before it was destroyed, like when it was first taken, is the goal. And so just kind of working our way through a photo. And just taking all of these tears out. Yeah, so you see how her arm and shirt now look complete in this area. I mean, there's still some edits that need to be done in this area, but it's getting better.
What would you suggest about the spacing of the spot healing brush should be?
The spacing?
Yeah, spot healing brush. What would you recommend?
What do you mean exactly?
Well, on the setting, there's a spacing option. I think.
I'm actually unaware of what you're asking.
Like where the crosshairs are.
Uh-huh.
We could change the spacing.
Oh, I've never actually looked at that.
I have.
Well, that's... Okay, we'll come up here and look at it. Come show me what you're meaning. This is really big. Okay. Okay. Well, I honestly have never adjusted the spacing, so you can do it from, I guess, wherever you need it to be. It's honestly a thing where, like, you can work with it. Like, oh yeah, it's doing more. I would totally keep it around probably 20. I had it at 25. If you're doing large edits, like in this area, maybe increase it. So I could like select here and then do that. But you want it to be smooth, so keep it, I don't know, 25 is pretty good. It keeps it smooth, so it's not jumping so much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what about hardness? Or just put it at 100, leave it at 100?
It depends on the area. again, it's critical thinking for this project. So, like on her face, there's this really slight mark on her cheek. It's barely there. I might drop my hardness down to a lower number and then come in and select my color and do it. So it's adjusting it lightly. See how more natural that looks?
Yeah.
Same with like over here where this mark is.
And then I guess you would just recommend just leaving it at 8.
Yes.
Alright.
Well, I like 8, but I also am constantly hitting my bracket keys to make it smaller and bigger, depending on the area I'm editing. So, yeah. Okay, so for like filling in an area, for instance, like let's look at this area here. One little trick you can use is, I'm on the other layer. If I come over here and I clean up this whole area, I have to adjust it back now. Clean up this whole area. I might use the clone stamp and take some of this good information and fill it in. Obviously I need to line up my line here and just making sure it lines up really well to fill in this crevice. But then the cool thing is I can then select this area of the image if I wanted to and copy it and paste it as a separate layer and go up here to image adjustments. Nope. Edit free transform. Sorry, I have the Illustrator mindset. And I can reflect it or flip horizontally, and so it flipped it the opposite direction. And not free transform, just transform. And so I'm lining it up with the shadow that's already there. See what I mean right here?
No. Okay.
And it has my values where they're all evenly done here. I can then merge that to the layer I copied it from and come in here and I can select information and, as I was doing with everything else, kind of clean it away. Or another way would be to let me go back a step, would be to, with my layer here, using the eraser tool with a very soft eraser, probably like 20% hardness, I can come in and kind of get rid of that edge a little to help it blend a little bit more. So you see how it blends a little better. And then I can now merge these two and come in now and just start editing it. I merged it with the wrong one. Oops. Scratch that. Reverse it. Okay. Yeah, so now I can come in here and make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how you can use the clone stamp, your healing brushes, and layers to clean up the image, correct? Do you have any other questions in regards to like anything you don't understand or anything that stands out to you that looks like something that would be confusing?
So if we don't do this picture, we have to do the other two that you showed us?
Yes.
Okay. But I understand everything then. I mean, it's
Perfect.
a simple task.
It should be. It's also really fun because the idea is to make it look like a brand new photograph, like it was just shot. And so pay attention to detail, because that's mostly what you'll be graded on in this assignment, is your attention to detail. And so zoom in see where these creases are. I mean, even this one here is important. Make sure that your